Hey guys, what is going on? So every now and then I like to take a little break from the analytical stuff and just look at little tips and tricks I've seen pro teams use throughout all the games I like to watch a lot of demos. And the first one is Astralis' way of making the B rush a little bit more sophisticated than maybe you're used to. It's going to be, you're going to come out of spawn, back yourself into this barrel, find the right side of this pot plant up to the roof here. It's going to be quite a difficult one, but you're going to be walking forward, holding shift and jump throwing to hit that pot plant. And what this allows is on your B rush, there's already a smoke in CT spawn when you get there, so you have no fear of these crossfires between site and that CT area, and the 4 of your teammates can rush up very well. Now obviously after doing that smoke as well, you're going to be the last player in the line, you're going to be the 5th player coming up, so you can buy some flashes as well, and just flash up here behind your teammates running to the site. You can see them coming in, they're not going to get blinded by on the roof, they can fight this way, and then you have the CTs trying to fight back on the site. They're not going to be very happy with the flash popping on that roof there. So that's a nice little way that you can be more of a supportive player in this B rush and make him a little bit more successful rather than just going in and hoping to hit a million headshots. Onto Overpass now. If you're a T-side coming out monster, you're going to be pre-aiming this barrel area pretty much every time, which means as a CT holding this, you might feel a little bit vulnerable to those headshots or those pre-fires from the T-side coming in. One thing we've started to see Twist do from Team Liquid is he uses this ledge behind him to actually jump spot this monster tunnel. You see him move back and forth like this, and then when he sees a player come in, he'll have his smoke out and he'll smoke that off and play around it accordingly, making it very hard for the T side to actually enter this B site. So it's good to get early information without really exposing yourself to those pre-fire angles, as you are jumping up and falling down pretty fast because of that ledge. Now the other thing we started to see happening from the B site is early in the round we'll see CTs nade open the door here in connector. And once that's naded open, you can jump spot here and get 2 pieces of information for the price of 1 jump spot. So you can see if I jump up on my jump spot, just hold myself with no clip, you can actually spot anyone coming up connector as well as anyone entering the dirty water area. So if there's no one in these positions, you can keep jump spotting, and this just allows your teammates to play according to the A site. You can play a player in connector, potentially looking up and fighting these very powerful angles towards the party area, and then once you spot someone coming up connector, they can turn around, deal with them when necessary, and go back to playing this very strong position towards A. So that's a good piece of information you can do, and one thing that a lot of teams have started doing seems to be a little bit of a meta starting to appear on Overpass. For Mirage, I've got a couple more useful smokes for you. The first one being this one as you enter the B site of Mirage. So obviously back yourself to the corner, top corner of this building, it's going to be a jump through. And then as you run into the site here, you can enter, you can try and go for your opening kills, flash out or whatever, go for these kills. And then as you're ready to peek this, there's going to be a smoke covering this window. And what this does is it allows your team safe passage into the site, because you imagine it's all happened to all of us. If you're the CT player in window with the AWP, you're going to rotate this way and try to pick off those apps angles. But with this smoke down thrown as you're entering the B site, it's going to be a lot more difficult for them to come all the way out to door where there's a lot more angles they can be peeked from. See, these are the angles I'm talking about. You probably all know them, but they're particularly annoying to deal with as entering the B site. So a very useful smoke there. Now another thing that could happen is if you run out this A ramp here, get a pick or 2, you're going to be worried about this jungle area. And a lot of people, they like to use this smoke here, toss it right over the top. But look how long this thing takes to land. You're going to be waiting about half the round before that thing actually pops, and it's time for the CTs to rotate in. So one thing we've seen a lot of top teams do is they'll just jiggle out here quickly, and they'll just aim at this part of this angled, and then the bottom of that stairs area there. That's going to pop and do a smoke just as well, and allow you to start entering this A site as quickly as possible. One more thing, if you want to be particularly fancy, is you can smoke jungle from this corner as well. But in a pug or whatever, could be useful in a team. It's for that top corner there. You're going to be smoking off jungle from a long way away. That's going to be a jump throw as well. So some useful smokes. That B1 I think is particularly underrated. A lot of people might think to smoke short or what, but a lot of the time if you're entering B, the short play is going to be back out towards these pillars or whatever. So stopping that AWP, getting any picks, is particularly useful when entering that B site. Now, as much as everyone hates it, Vertigo is in the active map pool, so I'm going to include it in this video here. And obviously they've adjusted it to allow this opening towards the A site. So just like you need your jungle stairs and CT smokes on Mirage, you're going to need them for Vertigo, and they're going to look a little bit like this. All of them not exposing yourself to this hole where the CTs can potentially peek from. First one's going to be your back sight one. It's going to be this last yellow pillar, and you're going to aim up to the top of this little section here, just a little bit like that. Alternatively, you can find this little eyelid on this thing and just aim like there, but this one's a little bit more consistent than the one up in the sky. But you can see that's going to be your back sight smoke. The other smoke that's going to be very useful is this one here. So you're going to walk just a tiny bit up this ramp and find yourself in the middle of here. You're going to aim up on the edge of this little scaffolding up at the top of the building and let that one fly as well. And what this is going to do, it's going to be like your stair smokes on Mirage. It's going to block off this boost here. So no one's going to be able to play from these very annoying angles with this new area they've spotted. So you can see these two smokes together. You're not going to be seeing anything from this angle. In the last position, this one here, again, behind this scaffolding, if you don't want to be seen, edge of here, you're going to aim up to round about this area. You can use the clouds to line it up. I'm going to line it up a little bit like that. And it's going to be pretty forgiving. And that's just going to land in this back area here, allowing you to enter onto that A site. So they're the smokes you're really going to know towards this A area. And they're going to be particularly useful. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have already seen this one, but most of you don't. So I'm going to show it here as well. It's going to be a heaven smoke that I saw Fallen do recently. What you're going to do is you're going to back yourself against this fence, line up this blue container with the corner of this wall like so. And then you're going to find this top left dot, go up the line and then slightly to the right. And this is also going to be a jump throw, so it's going to look a little bit like that. Decoy first to break the glass if you don't want to jump all the way up there. And it's just going to be the smoke following that. So you can see this one's going to bounce quite interestingly and actually find its way in towards heaven. You see I use the decoy first to break the glass, and then your team can come in some kind of top exec. You can obviously as well throw smokes from up here, but this one's quite nice towards this area of the map because you can throw it, and then you're much quicker in towards the lobby area to help your teammates out, rather than have to jump off that silo and run all the way around or run down that ladder where you could potentially be vulnerable. So nice little heaven smoke, an alternate one you can use, and yeah, that's about it. For train, I've got something quite useful with the Z smoke from inside. You're going to come break this glass, you're going to come down 4 steps, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to find this little rivet, or whatever you want to call it, next to that little marking on the floor. You're going to stay crouched down, you're going to aim just in the middle of where this dark line meets there, go across until you're almost the edge of the window, and just throw that there. And that's going to be a really easy way to smoke inside, something I saw Ents using recently in some of their games. You can see it's going to block off anyone coming in this area. Now, along with that, a lot of times you'll see players rotate in, and they'll play positions such as the CTs are here. They'll try and get up here, get an angle on towards here. Or if they're trying to come in late, they'll try and get some info this way, or come and jiggle this back red area. And if you want to just get, adventurous and you want to really annoy the other team, something I saw a little while ago that Mouse Sports used, but you can get boosted up here with an AWP, and you can see, I can actually see all of those players inside. And on top of that red train, that guy's dead for sure. I can see all the way down to his feet. Sometimes people jiggle that back red area there, and then also anyone that railing you saw before. So it's a good way to really annoy your teammates. A little bit more of a gimmick if you're looking for just that opening pick with an AWP, but a nice little alternate that, yeah, would be quite interesting and give you a good little laugh. But that's actually all I have today, so make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content in this video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.